Hey friends, I am glad that you have made the choice to join us today for the daily devotional. And we are beginning in the book of Esther, and we're going to be going over chapter 2. But I just wanted to take a quick minute and run over some facts out of chapter 1 so you can be caught up with where we are and what we're talking about. King Xerxes spent about 180 days of banquets and feast and partying, trying to impress those that he felt like were important. And during this time, some bad decisions, some very poor decisions were made, and this resulted in the removal of Queen Vashti from her position. All right, so now let's go into chapter 2. We're going to fast forward about 3 years, and the king has had the opportunity to think about what has happened. He realized he doesn't have a queen to represent, and some of his counselors make a recommendation that all of the beautiful, eligible ladies of the region be brought to the palace, and kind of a beauty pageant, I guess you could say. And it kind of makes me think of a Disney movie where they're all brought to the palace. But in verse 7, we are introduced to Mordecai and Esther. Mordecai is a Jew who is living in the region of Susa. And Esther is actually his cousin, but when Esther's parents died, he takes responsibility of her. All right. And in verse 7, it describes Esther as being lovely in form and features, which was exactly what King Xerxes was looking for. So she was brought to the palace, and she began 12 months of spa treatments and beauty treatments. I'm not sure I'd want 12 months, but a little bit of that, might not be too bad. But one of the things that I see, that I saw like 3 different times throughout chapter 2, was that Esther found favor. She found favor with Haggai, who was the leader of the harem, and he gave her extra beauty treatments and special living quarters and more servants. And then in verse 15, it tells us that Esther found favor of everyone who saw her. Makes her sound like just maybe more than just a beautiful lady. And then in verse 17, we read, now the king loved Esther more than all the other women, and she obtained grace and favor in his sight, and he made her queen. So we've kind of jumped forward quite a bit, but to know that she went through all these, this 12 months of treatment, and she went before the king, and she found favor, and he made her his queen. But what does it mean to find favor? We hear it, several times, many times throughout Scripture. But what exactly does it mean? And I was looking at different definitions, and one of them means that the word can be described as demonstrated delight. And this made me think of other times in Scripture when I would read and think about people who gained God's favor. And Joseph is the first one who comes to mind when he was in prison, and he found favor with Potiphar. And the Lord blessed the household. And then I also think of Mary when the angel came and told her that she had found favor with God, and she conceived and gave birth to the Son of God. So these times, as we look the beginning of Esther and see where she found favor and how God blessed her and has put her in a position that we will see as we go forward in our next few chapters, where this position will protect the Jewish people and the race. So as we look at it, let's think about the times that that God's shown favor to you and in your life. And what does that mean? What is God showing favor in you for? And what is He wanting you to do with that? So I look forward to studying the rest of Esther and seeing how this story unfolds and how God protects and provides for Esther and the Jewish people through this. So I hope you have a great day, and I can't wait to continue studying with you.